Good evening from Downing Street, where Boris Johnson, one of the most controversial politicians of modern times, has taken over as Prime Minister from Theresa May. And he's wasted no time in putting his stamp on government with what's being described as the most brutal ministerial reshuffle in decades.
Boris Johnson was expected to pick a team he could trust, but this looks brutal. It's a cabinet built to deliver Brexit, deal or no deal. It also looks like a lineup meant to confront the Brexit party, maybe take them on if Brexit's deadlocked in Parliament and that leads to a snap election.
I think many of us are going to go away on our summer holidays full of dread and fear about what is going to happen.
Because you think this autumn there's going to be a mighty clash between Parliament, his government, that could end in a general election?
I don't see how there can be anything other than a head-on collision.
No deal if we have to. There will be clean drinking water. And the planes will fly. Factories will be ready and business will be ready. No deal Brexit.
Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirty gritty.
Britain may be flying closer to a no deal, but Boris Johnson doesn't believe we'll be burned. Relax, we've got it in hand, appears to be the mantra. If only business shared his view. The food industry is full of complex just-in-time supply chains, and the fear is it could all freeze up if we leave the EU with no deal. Mr. Wurra says he's as prepared as he can be, but he's worried about others.
It's not just you being ready, is it? It's your customers being ready.
Absolutely right.
And are they?
I don't think they are. I don't think the customers are ready. I think there's, because of the uncertainty, because we don't know exactly what's going to happen, it's very, very difficult for a small to mid-sized business to plan.
It's not just businesses who are nervous. One senior source in charge of the government's no-deal planning has told Channel 4 News that less than half of the 150,000 British companies that trade across the continent have even bothered to register their details on the government's no-deal planning system. And if they don't do so by the end of July, it'll be too late.
That's an assertion that Boris Johnson would probably dismiss as poppycock. But he did admit today that more planning would be needed in the event of a no deal.
We must turbocharge our preparations to make sure that there is as little disruption as possible to our national life. And I believe that that is possible.
That certainly hasn't been proved yet, and it's not difficult to find detractors.
What do you think of Boris Johnson?
No comment.
Why?
We've just got two crazy men with crazy haircuts running America and here. I feel quite sad. He should think before he speaks, and that's what worries me. He doesn't. Hopefully he can do some good. I pray to God.
I think he could be a bit of a dangerous man, a bit careless with words.
Dangerous? What do you mean by dangerous?
Some of the things he comes out with. He comes across a bit anti-Scottish at times, which I don't think can be a good thing. When we're trying to remain part of Britain, I think we need to have the Westminster government look to include us, not to exclude us. I think that could be bad.
A recent poll by Panel Base showed the prospect of Prime Minister Boris Johnson could increase support for Scottish independence.
This is my great-grandson.
Hello.
That prospect is now reality. So will his premiership intensify nationalism?
I think it might push for Scotland independence, and I think we might get it this time.
Boris Johnson.
He's been all over the news, and now it looks like he's planning to get all over your Facebook feed too. In the last 48 hours, hundreds of adverts have appeared, many of them the same, but targeted to different sections of the nation. Is this simply what modern leaders do, or what they do when preparing for an election in a digital age? Or both?
This is all a bit of a test for the Conservatives. You know, they've got a new leader, they're trying new things.
This is Craig Dillon's area of expertise. Here he is with Boris Johnson. He's just finished running Mr Johnson's digital campaign for Tory leadership.
Thank you for coming. Hi Craig, how are you doing? Nice to see you.
In fact, Craig did the same for 6 of the 10 Tories who ran to be leader.
They all look pretty much the same.
They are all the same. They are basically the same. The only thing that changes is who is seeing them. So the reason why you've done that is so that by running 185 of those different, if we just put one ad out and it got, say, 1 million views, you can't really figure out, it's a little bit more complicated to figure out where those views are. But by running that many of them, if, say, one of them that you know you ran in, say, Essex, has got 1 million views, you know that this sort of content is working quite well in Essex.
In the last 48 hours, more than 500 adverts have been published by the Conservatives. Tracking clicks helps work out which messages work well, where, and with whom. So why?
If I was a betting man, I would say there would be an election coming up. It seems like the exact sort of behaviour that a party would be doing if they were building up to a general election.
I think Boris Johnson has been given time and time again so much opportunity to show how unfit he is for this role. No one interviews him rigorously enough about some of the racist things he said, but are happy for him to come and run the country. I think he's a dangerous, dangerous person, and if we're not careful, will lead us into even further destruction.
We're in a position to be a representative of what democracy can look like and what a positive democracy can be, and I don't think that he's going to deliver. Man can't even do his hair, let alone run a country, so...
He's in for a no deal. He's in it for the popularity contest. It's dangerous, it's a joke, and I just feel like I'm in a really bad episode of Black Mirror.
He's the type of politician who'll say anything just as the wind blows, just to get to where he needs to get to.
Mayor Cooper! Mayor Maximum Cooper! People say to me, Mojo, ooh, have you lost your mojo? I say, no, Joe. And to those of you who say I don't take politics seriously, I say simply this. Right. Which way is Uxbridge?
No ifs, no buts, but we're not going to wait until October. I want to speak naked, and it cannot be right. I want to come all over the whole UK. Even when I'm the last politician in the UK willing to do so. And my particular friends in Liverpool who do get caught up in crime. Or I could take you to the biggest and greatest city in Europe, Scunthorpe. Am I not right? That is exactly the kind of response I aim to provoke. You pick your bogies in Birmingham, and that's why I have no offices in Birmingham. Does it tell you that the people of London are more honest? I will stick up for lackeys who seek to foment unrest for their own dismal political ends. And I want to drive the London bus, as I'm sure that you all do. I don't wish to sound chauvinistic, but I want to hop on, hop off. Thank you. It's going well, it's very, very well organised.